Welcome in to the Arkansas Sports Network's Hometown Sports Football Preview, proudly presented by Arkansas Tech University, D3 Auto Sales, and by Metcalf Trucking Company. Today we sit down with the head coach of the Little Rock Southwest Gryphons, Chadwick Lewis.
All right, I'm here with Coach Chad Lewis here at Little Rock Southwest High School. Coach, when I've talked to some other coaches, they have described your program as one with a lot of potential, a program that's on the rise. Of course, you guys, though, play in probably the toughest conference in the state of Arkansas, and it's getting harder with realignment. You guys have PA and Little Rock Christian moving in this season. So tell me about the state of your program, what the culture is like here, and what you guys try to do on a daily basis.
Culture is improving. First of all, thank you for having me. Culture is improving. Kids are starting to truly buy in. They're accepting the things that they need to accept in order to get better every day. Numbers are growing. We've lost a couple kids, for various reasons, but we are also gaining kids still at the same time. So we're kind of about 90, 95 kids, which is a good number for us. We're just trying to every day come in and lift, get stronger, get bigger, faster, stronger. Mentally as well, trying to improve our mental, spiritually, everything, because I'm not just, we're going to win ball games and we want to win ball games, but we also worried about the whole entire kid as well.
So tell me about what you guys are trying to do as far as, getting your players developed. You said that, this is a relatively new place, new school, some stuff like that. So you guys don't have the history of a Central or a Pulaski Academy or anything like that. So tell me about, maybe some of the strengths that go with that. You mentioned that you have guys coming in and out all the time. So tell me about what you do with your players, try to get them developed and to get this program where you want it to be.
Like I said, school is still only 4 years old, 4 or 5 years old. So there's not a lot of school history, but we did come from McClellan and we come from Fair. So one of the big things for me is trying to teach them about those two schools and their histories and understanding what those schools did, being able to go to state championships and winning and now, okay, what does it look like for us to be at that program or be at that level that we need to be in, and it's a constant conversation every day. Trying to, instill some wisdom in them and get them to understand, what it will take to get to where we need them to be at.
So tell me a little bit about what you guys do as far as your scheme on offense, and maybe some guys on your team that you think will be leaders for your team, or some guys that will step in and have a good year, had a good off season or anything like that.
So offensively, we are a spread team, 10, 11 personnel. We have a guy at H-back tight end. He actually played offensive line for him last year. But he's a very agile. His name is Montreal Martin. He was All-State in basketball as well for us here last season. And so with him, his athletic ability, we want to be able to take advantage of that. And so he's going to create some nightmare problems for some defenses for us, because he is a true prototypical tight end that you see, kind of like the Gronks and Kelsey and all of those guys. So he's going to be somebody to keep an eye out for. Quarterback-wise, we're led by Chase Forte. He's a 2-year starter now. Very, very strong arm, probably can sling it about 60 yards. So we're going to look to take advantage of that as well. We got some guys on the outside, a little speed on the outside, running, but we all going to try to still run the ball. I'm an old running back myself. Played and coached in the wing tee back in the day, so I want to be able to run the ball, but at the same time, I know that hey, we got the opportunity to take advantage of some passes and stuff like that as well.
So same thing with your defense. Tell me what you guys are going to do with your scheme and some guys that are going to be leaders or maybe had a good offseason, anything like that.
Defensively, we're going to be a 3-4 team. Our man front. We'll shift around into some evens every once in a while, or maybe a 3-3 stack. But we're going to do a lot of movement. We're going to come after you. We're going to, Coach Ray Sessions. He's been around a long time in the Little Rock area, coaching defense. So if you know Ray Sessions, you know what kind of defense you're going to be getting. It's going to be an aggressive defense, which fits what I like anyway. Some guys on that defense that, Pledge Gray, DJ Franklin, they are two solid corners along with Kevin Williams. Those are three guys that we're going to play at cornerback. They're going to be very solid. Jalen Waits is a safety guy, and also Trayshawn Nelson and Charles Oliver. Those are some guys that they can cover a lot of ground, but they also gonna come up and hit you too as well. So we looking to move. We're not very big up front defensively, but we're gonna fly around, and you're gonna know you've been attacked by a Gryphon by the time you're done playing football against us.
Mm-hmm. So tell me about your guys' schedule this year. Like I mentioned, you guys play in probably the toughest conference in the state, and it's just only getting tougher. So tell me about you guys' schedule and what it's going to be like going through that gauntlet is what some people would call it, and some games you guys might be looking forward to. Obviously, a lot of teams in Little Rock in that conference, and Conway is only 30 minutes away. Yeah. And so tell me about your schedule this year and some games that you and your team are looking forward to.
Non-conference wise, we have Lake Hamilton start off with week 1. Week 2, we just actually changed our week 2 game. Some conflict was happening between the contracts and stuff, so we're actually going to play Lufkin, Texas, out of Lufkin High School out of Texas, and we're going to play them in Texarkana. So that's an experience game for our kids, to see how things are done in other parts of the country, especially down in Texas. And so that's going to be a great experience for us there. Then we have Fort Smith Southside week 3, and then we get into conference play, and it don't get easy in conference. But like I told the kids today, we don't back down from any challenge. We're gonna play and we're gonna compete. And when we're done at the end of the game, when we play the Conway and Cabot and Bryant and Central, a lot of people gonna say, well, Central's an improving team, so there are no gimme games at all. So we want to make sure that we're competing, going out there playing hard every single down, every single minute, and hopefully at the end of those games, we on the right side, the winning side.
Mm-hmm. So tell me about what your expectation is for this team this year. What you want your guys to go into every game thinking. Because like you said, there are no gimme games in this conference. So what do you think the mindset of your team has to be going into this season? Like I said, you guys are a team on the rise, so a lot of people are going to be, looking at you guys as a new challenge. So tell me about what you want the mindset of your team.
To go in to say I got a chance, and I can compete. Being mentally prepared for the game is probably 85% of it. The physical part to take care of itself, but if they are mentally strong, and that's the thing that we're trying to get them, we were talking about it this morning, being mentally strong to be able to go into the games against those, top schools like Bryant, who's won 5-6 state championships over the last few years, Conway, who's, right up there with Bryant, PA and Little Rock Christian, who, they were 6-8 because they were winning so much. Now they're up here with us. So I just want those guys, our kids, to understand we have a chance when we go in and play them. We're not going in and feeling sorry for ourselves because we may not have those D-line guys that look like this. Nobody's gonna feel sorry for us, so we're not gonna feel sorry for ourselves. We're gonna go in, we're gonna compete, and then, like I said earlier, when we compete, we're gonna let the chips fall where they may, and hey, hopefully we can get some wins out of it, and I want teams to understand and know, hey, when they play Little Rock Southwest, I'm a short, scrappy guy, so I want them to understand that it's going to be a very scrappy team when they come play us.
Mm-hmm. So tell me about what it's like for you guys, just playing in the Central Arkansas football scene. We talked a little bit about all the teams that are in this area and in this conference. Just tell me what it means to you guys. First of all, for you guys to put on that uniform every night and play for your team, and then what it's like playing in this area where there's so much competition all the time.
Good competition is good. You want competition. You don't want any cakewalks. You want to be able to have good competition because it prepares you later on down the line when you're trying to get in the playoffs and you're in the playoffs and you're trying to get to that hump to play over at War Memorial Stadium in December. So we want those good competition games. That's kind of why I like kind of scheduling some of those games that we schedule out of non-conference for us. But for putting on that purple and green, what I'm trying to get them to understand too is be part of history. Be the first to get into the playoff. Be the first to do this. There is no legacy really. So let's go establish the legacy. Yes, we lean off of McClellan because that's where we came from, and of course very well. But at the same time, you're one of the first to do this at Little Rock Southwest. So take that pride and want to be history. So that's what I'm trying to, when I got to meet the incoming ninth graders, told them the same thing. Come be a part of something special. Be a part of that history-making group that we're looking to become.
Last question for you, Coach. What would it take from your team and your staff and everybody around you and in this program for you guys to consider it a successful season?
It's going to take commitment from all 11 coaches, all 95 players, the trainers, the managers, administration. I mean, it's a total school effort. The schools that have been successful they're successful because of everybody, not it's not well, the administration wasn't on the coaching side, so that kind of hurt. No, it's gonna take everybody for this program to go to that next level. Being able to buy in, and that's the big thing. Everybody buying in. I've done a pretty good job of coming in and getting the teachers on board and trying to see what we're doing. Got a pretty good job of the administration of understanding what it's going to take to try to get to that level that we're trying to get to. Because we want, like I said, we want to be history. We want to make history by being that first team in this school history, in this short school's history, to get to that level. So it's just gonna take a whole collective effort. But at the end of the day, like I tell the kids all the time, if only people that's going to believe is in inside these four walls, let it be. And we're gonna go out there and we're gonna show people that the people that's inside these four walls of this building are the ones that's gonna make it, they for real.
Mm-hmm. All right, this has been an interview with Coach Chad Lewis here at Little Rock Southwest High School. Coach, is there anything that you want to say about your team or your program before we sign off here?
Just support us, be looking out for us. We're trying to do some great things, some special things here, some things that hadn't been done here before. Thankful to, previous coaching staff to kind of getting things rolling. And I just want to take the ball and keep dribbling and keep going with it.
All right, I'm Carson Ward for Arkansas Sports Network. You can find Arkansas Sports Network on Facebook and YouTube.
Thanks again for joining us on the Arkansas Sports Network's Hometown Sports Football Preview. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the Arkansas Sports Network on YouTube to catch more previews and all the latest updates on your favorite teams.